What's up, motorists? Today we are looking at the baby of the Audi family, your gateway to the four-ring lifestyle. This is the all-new Audi A3. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of all our future uploads. This latest generation A3 was launched earlier this year at the Singapore Motor Show, and since then I've actually had quite a lot of time in this car, and I'll explain more on why later on in the video. But baseline is, I really quite like it. I think it is a good looking vehicle. As you can see up front, this one has the S-Line package, so it has a slightly nicer front end, a bit more aggressive. S-Line does come as standard on all Singapore Audi A3s. You also get, of course, your LED headlights as standard with the optional matrix LEDs. And now one thing about this is, much like on the A5 and the Q6 e-tron we saw earlier this year as well, these now have the customizable light signatures, which you can toggle through using the screen inside the car. So while I'm up here, I have to talk you through one of the highlight features of this new A3, which is this engine. This is a 1.5-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder that makes 116 horsepower and 220 Newton meters of torque. That sounds like not a lot, and you'll be right, because this engine is Cat A COE friendly, which means you get Cat A COE friendly prices as well. So here we are along the side of the new A3, and first things first, we got the rims, which are standard 17-inch option. Now there are other options for rim design, but they are all 17 inches. Now we also have, of course, keyless entry. And then, for those of you who say Audi are all business, well, have you seen this paint color? This is a very mustard yellow color that usually I've only seen on stuff like the RS3, of which is also available, by the way. And it's here in this A3 sedan. It's a very striking color and one that will definitely make you stand out from the rest of your business partners. Now this car, as you see here, is the sedan version of the A3, obviously, with its sedan body styling, but it is also available as a sportback if you prefer a bit more of a hatchback look to your daily life. So here we are now at the back of the A3, and first things first, we can see the new 2D logo that is now standard on all the new Audis from this year. And then we also have, of course, this yellow-orange parallelogram that indicates this is, of course, the S-Line variant. And we also have, of course, the LED taillights as standard. And as you can see with the S-Line, you get slightly more aggressive rear fenders and a rear diffuser area as well. Now comes to my favorite part of every review, which is the boot. It is manual boot in this case, but it is very light, easy to operate. Now this has 425 litres of boot space, which is enough for me to get in here. Now because this is a sedan, it is a smaller boot opening, but that is no issue for a professional like myself. And as you can see, I fit in here perfectly fine. You can close the boot lid if you want. And of course, if I need more space, I can always lower the rear seats to get more through loading into the cabin. So here we are now in the back seats of the new A3. Now being a compact sedan, or compact hatchback in the case of the Sportback model, I don't expect a lot of space back here. So I'm very pleasantly surprised when I found out I have knee room because of these very helpful inserts that Audi has cut out into the seat back of the front seats. So I do have knee room, I've got some foot room here. There is a tunnel because of course this is a petrol car, so there is a tunnel, so whoever's sitting in the middle will have to straddle it a little bit, but that's no worry because they have their own air vent to keep them cool. You can also adjust the temperature, of course, and you have two USB-C charging ports for plugging in your assorted devices. Now for plugging in your children, you have ISOFIX anchor points on each side, so you can put in your child seats, and of course you have a handy-dandy armrest / cup holder situation in the middle. Now up here at the top, other than pretty decent headroom, you also have an optional panoramic glass sunroof, which that car doesn't have, but that is an option for you to stare out at the stars. Okay, so here we are in the front seats of the new A3, and let me tell you, I like this cabin. For starters, physical buttons. Thank you, Audi. I've got physical buttons over here on my multifunction steering wheel, which of course handles the MMI system, which is still, I believe, the best in the business. And then we have physical aircon controls. Look at this. Physical buttons I can touch and feel. There's more buttons down here for stuff like auto start stop, traction control, your drive modes, You've got your heated seat buttons here. Now all of these buttons are situated right below the main infotainment screen, which, as in normal Audi fashion, is very well laid out. It's very easy to navigate and it's quick. There's also wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which means you can set your navigation or play your tunes through your car speakers without any hassle. And there's actually an optional Sonos premium sound system for 3D surround sound should you want a bit more audio quality. Now down through the rest of the interior, you've got two more USB Type-C charging ports, you've got a wireless charging pad, and here of course you have your drive control switches, cup holders. Funnily enough, on all the Audis nowadays, they do come with physical cigarette lighters, which you don't see very often, and I think it's a pretty neat touch. And of course your center armrest and cubby storage. Now all that's left to do is to get this little baby out on the road and see how she drives. Okay, so buckle up, I'm going to throw a bunch of numbers at you, but I promise there's a point. So the official claimed fuel mileage for this car is 16.1 km per litre. In this efficiency challenge that I did with Audi in new A3, now me and my co-driver, we took things a bit to the extreme. You know, we gutted the car of unessential items, we turned the AC off, and also of course, as you can see from this footage, we also taped off a bunch of the car to reduce our aerodynamic drag. Now, with all of that done, we averaged 27.6 km per litre to win the efficiency challenge. If you haven't seen that video, by the way, you can check it out on our TikTok page. But the key point here is the other team who didn't do any of these extreme measures, they ran with the AC on, they didn't tape up anything, they left all the stuff in the car. All they did was drive mindfully, drive slowly, and they only trailed our figure by 1 km per litre. So that goes to show that with just a bit of mindful driving, this car in its stock form is already capable of out-achieving the official claimed 16.1 km per litre fuel mileage number. So I know what some of you are saying, saying that's an efficiency challenge, you're on the highway for most of the time, it's not realistic. No, I get it. So I have here my fuel numbers from this drive, which has been done entirely within Singapore, which means city streets, congestion, idling, not very much highway, a lot of stop-start, and I've still managed 16.6 km per litre. Now, being a modern Audi, of course, that means this car is also smart. And by that, I mean it has your driver assistance features, your Audi Pre-Sense, as well as your adaptive cruise control that can, of course, pretty much drive the car for you. So having had a lot of time in this car, I can tell you that this is a comfortable place to be in, and is very comfortable at speed as well, whether that is expressway speed in Singapore or expressway speed in Malaysia, if you know what I mean. And of course, with the fuel efficiency numbers, you'll be saving money all the way up, no matter how far you drive. So to me, I think this new Audi A3 is the perfect gateway to the Conti lifestyle, to the slightly more premium version of your life. This is a car that looks good, drives well, is well equipped, is pretty reasonably priced, but it still bears the 4 rings on the front. And of course, it has that excellent fuel efficiency, so nobody can see you're actually saving quite a bit of money when you're driving this car. So if you're in the market to upgrade your current car or to get yourself a nice treat for your first car, I think this is a fantastic option. Thank you very much for watching this episode of mReview. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.
Motorist